Welcome back, guys. Today I'm making a buttload of Damascus for all of the orders that I have to have finished by Christmas, which today's December the 7th, so it's crunch time. So I'm sawing up some 15N20 and some 1095 that I got from Aldo Bruno, NewJerseySteelBaron.com. And then once I get my billets all stacked up and welded together and have handles put on them, we're going to take them over to John Perilloux's place from John Perilloux Metal Arts. And we're going to throw them in the forge, heat them up, and we're going to smash them together and do some folding. So stick with me. Alright, when making Damascus, step one has already been done, which is cut your stock to length. These came in 5-foot bars. I chopped them down to roughly 8 inches. And so we have 15N20, 1095. What we're going to do next is take a 120 grit flapper wheel. We're going to sand these all down and remove even the littlest bit of mill scale that's on here. You want it nice and clean and shiny like that. Then we'll take denatured alcohol and clean any goop that's on it. When it comes to forge welding, cleanliness is the golden rule. If your steel's not clean, it's not going to stick. If you have the littlest bits of forge scale in here, if you have little bits of sand, anything that gets stuck in here in your stack is going to create an inclusion, which is a spot in your billet that is not going to weld together, and that's going to become a serious problem later on. Just like forging, when you're checking something back, any small problems that you create at the beginning, if they're not fixed right away, just magnify over time. So if you create a spot in here that's going to form an inclusion, the more you fold it, the more problem you're going to have in your billet. You're never going to get that out of there, so you're going to end up with a dead spot in your steel that you can't do anything with, and it could lead to a crack, could lead to further delaminations, and it could ruin the entire process. So step number 2 is clean your steel. There you can really see the difference between the factory finish and, freshly sanded. Even this little bit right here, just this bit of oxidation that's on here that creates that dull gray color could cause a serious problem, so it's got to go. Now that we've ground it all off, we want to make sure there's no extraneous grease or anything like that on it. So I'm going to put on some nice thick rubber gloves, grab a whole crap load of denatured alcohol, in case you're not aware, the gloves are because denatured alcohol is poisonous, and you don't want it on you or in you or anywhere near around you. Well, you can be around you. You don't want it in you. So, piece of steel, scrubby pad, and we do this. Just to make sure there's no latent grease, little oil spots or something. Maybe there's a smigum on the wheel over here that we don't want to have. So I'm going to clamp these together. Tighter I can make it, the less air gaps, the better. I'm going to clamp them with this really good and tight. I'm going to set this on the bench and we'll fire up the welder. Awful. And now for a handle. And there's that. Next step is pre-flux. The way I like to pre-flux my steel is very simple. Borax, just like you use. Sprinkle very, very, very generously on the sides. Doing it on the flat doesn't do you any good. You can see these here have already been worked on a little bit. And then our good friend WD-40. Hose the crap out of it with WD-40. The WD-40 will dissolve the borax and then carry it between the layers of the billet, allowing it to get in between the steel, so there's already oil and borax in between the layers. This will not only prevent it from rusting before they get welded, I could let them sit for days like this, but once they actually do get brought up to a warm temperature, that borax starts melting immediately in between the layers. It makes it extremely difficult, if not impossible, for the billet to rust, or scale, or oxidize while it's in the forge to prevent a weld. So this is how I do this. And I do this until I know it's running through the other side. Once I do that, I flip it over and I do it upside down again, just to make sure. Some people, like my friend ABS Master Smith Chris Marks, likes to soak his billets overnight in diesel fuel. Works great. The Stagmer boys at BKS, they have a little trick they use where they melt an entire box, or dissolve an entire box of borax in a hot bucket of water, and then soak their billets in there overnight, so they're pre-boraxes. This is what I like to do. Okay, it's 6, 7 o'clock at night. I'm at John's place. It's still on the fire. We're gonna stick it in the press. Then we're gonna run it through the 110-pound Samag. Okay, so what was going to be a fairly quick time lapse for you guys was hours and hours of worth of work for me. So I did, let's see, 6 billets total. That started with 9 layers of 1/4 inch 1095 with some 060s, 15 and 20 in between it. So this is the first stack. They look like this. This one hasn't been welded yet. There they are, forge welded together, drawn out into one bar. This one still needs to be folded a few times. That's one fold, so this is now 18 layers, which needs to be done 2 more times. This one's been done 4 times total. There's 144 layers of steel here. So this is going to get drawn out a little bit further, and this is going to be hand forged into some blades for Christmas. So, so thanks for watching this part. And if you watch the next few videos, you'll actually see me turn this bar into several knives that have to go out for Christmas this season. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer them. Please hit like and share to your friends and subscribe if you haven't done so. And thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day.